What?
The future president of the USA. Once upon a time, there was a businessman. His name was Donald Trump. 10 years ago, he was in Miami, Florida. He was learning how to lead the USA. He was a private student. He was the private student of Bush Sr. His tutor gave Donald lessons on various topics. The topics included democracy, justice, empathy, economics, and communication. First, Bush Sr. gave Donald lessons on empathy. He was a terrible tutor. He gave terrible lessons to Donald. But Donald was a wonderful student. He loved the lessons. He worked hard. He wanted to be president. His tutor gave him lessons on empathy for 2 years. For an hour and a half per day, a terrible lesson each day, but Donald loved it. Then, Bush Sr. gave Donald lessons on justice. He gave him terrible lessons on justice, but Donald was a wonderful student. He loved the lessons. He worked hard. He wanted to be president. Then, Bush Sr. gave Donald lessons on democracy. He gave him terrible lessons on democracy, but Donald was a wonderful student. He loved the lessons. He worked hard. He wanted to be president. Then, Bush Sr. gave Donald lessons on economics. Bush Sr. was a terrible tutor. He gave Donald terrible lessons. But Donald was a wonderful student. He loved the lessons. He worked hard. He wanted to be president. And finally, Bush Sr. gave Donald lessons on communication. He was a terrible tutor. He gave Donald terrible lessons on communication, but Donald was a wonderful student. He loved the lessons. He worked hard. He wanted to be president. He wanted to be president, and now he is the president. Bush Sr. is happy. Donald Trump is happy too. But the people in the USA are